Hello everybody and welcome back to Elite Dangerous today with Wadres and I am going back. I keep forgetting that I keep forgetting to turn off the sound on my tablet, damn it. Okay, let me get back to that. Today I am going to be going over the finished Tritium map that I've been working on over the last few weeks. I know I streamed it a couple of weeks ago that I was working on this, and some of the I had like 23, 24 stops in the route already planned and plotted, but it wasn't anywhere near finished. Well, over the last couple of weeks I have been making slight little bits of progress here and there, and I do believe I have a properly finished map. It's something like 50 stops long, with and several of the image actually have multiple stop points also. But I'm hoping to prove or to determine with this run that it is a full payload for my cutter here. And I'm just wanting to go through it on stream with y'all and see how everything goes. You all are, of course, welcome to join me and chat with me as I progress through. I am going to be listening, or I should say paying attention on the chat bar off to the side here, because of course I am using my tablet to monitor the stream. And at that, you are all welcome to pop in, chime in, say hello, and just spend this time with me. It is about 5:30, just after 5 o'clock here, so the sun is going down. At some point my lighting's going to have to switch on or switch around so that you all can actually still see me and everything that I'm doing on my webcam, assuming that actually holds out for me too. Because Lord knows I've had trouble with my webcam actually behaving properly. Perfect. Right there. No, I did not want the outer. I want the middle one. Come on. Give me the location. There we go. Ha ha ha. Now I want to turn so that the planet is up, so that when I drop in, all I have to do is turn up, and I'll be facing the planet, which gives me my orientation roughly. And something that's caused me some problems the last few times I've run this, I need to actually make sure once I actually get to my initial reference point that I set my tracking point for my motion reference. Trust me, that gave me about a half hour of consternation one day. Not fun. To be sure. Yep, I do have my limpets on and ready to go. Go ahead and deploy the hard points. Cargo scoop out. switch on the night vision because that'll help me with identifying a number of these rocks as well. Yeah, I see ya. Jeez. Got two guys scanning me. Got nothing for you guys. Yo. Oh, not often I pass almost right on the hotspot, jeez. Talk about perfect placement. Okay. And if I remember correctly, yeah, my orientation is actually just about spot on for where I need to be. Damn, I'm good. Okay. Or I'm just used to it. Now, the other thing that I am working with here, I do have my microphone in a new position. I've actually got it set up over here, but I've also boosted the audio output, so hopefully it should be okay. If anybody gets in to this point at all, just feel free to let me know how the audio sounds, and I will make adjustments as necessary. So, yep, I'm in the right spot. Those are my first two rocks right there. Before I forget, set that as my motion frame of reference, and on we go. So if I do prospector limpets, just going to go ahead and tag both of these right off the bat. And the other thing that I've done, as I'm sure you all have probably noticed by now, is I have switched to a display capture instead of the game capture, so that you all can actually see what I'm doing, the images that I'm using for reference, all of that. So it's not just me talking about images that I've captured without actually being able to have any of you see them personally. So let's move off to the side here a little bit. Yeah, powered weapons, come on. Now, something else that I hope you all don't necessarily mind is that I haven't actually eaten anything yet today. So I've actually got an orange here that I'm going to be munching on and off. I've also got some chips that I may be eating. So just, if you all don't mind the fact that I may be eating on the stream, I probably will be. Or really more just snacking more than anything else, but still. As far as the overall route is concerned, I'm probably looking at about a grand total of 3 hours, maybe a little bit more, to do the full run. So we'll see how it all goes. In some ways, it all depends on how much luck I have with, say, subsurface deposits, and also with actually having my ship in a good position for faster collection. Okay, my next rock is the one right over here. Just waiting for the last of the limpets to snag. There we go. Down and into position. Yeah, the optimal position for the chunks to be coming off the rock are actually off of these two top lasers here. If I can actually get that to work out, I can get these collectors actually grabbing everything pretty damn quick. So there are times where you all may see me actually burst my lasers because I'm trying to get it to cycle from which one it's actually spawning the chunks off of. Okay, so the next one is over here. I'm not even going to bother waiting for the visual confirmation. I just know I've run this so many times in the last couple of weeks. I know where like 90% of these rocks are almost by instinct at this point. For example, I know that one's my next one. So I'm just go ahead and tag it now. That way I don't have to worry about tagging it, I just have to go and do it. And half the time I've also got to be careful that I'm not going to end up wearing an asteroid for a hat. Come on, spawn in the right place, damn it. There we go. And now they're streaming off that far right laser. Oh well. What are you doing, you funny cats? Okay. And the next one is going to be basically right up from that. I believe it is this one here. So again, where I can, I usually try to tag some of the earlier rocks in a set, or some of the next rocks in the set, so that I can just go straight to them instead of running around like crazy.
Prospector limpet engaged.
It does cut down on the time somewhat. It's on that spawn point. This is going to swing right around and smack those out of the way, isn't it?
Asteroid depleted. Collector limpet expired.
Yep, it just smacked a whole bunch of those. Okay.
Programming limpet drone.
Fortunately, I only lost one collector. And it didn't smack those chunks too far, it seems like. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a high wake from one of the pirates that was trying to scan me earlier. 21%. 21%, so let's go ahead and tag the next one, which is going to be that one right there.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
collected. Let's go ahead and tag the next rock, which is right there.
Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
All the deposits are showing up on this one properly. Good. Part of why I'm trying the new mic position, and again, hopefully my audio is good, is because I got tired of my mic having to be all the way down here in front of my stick, which required me to basically have to break the two sections of my stick apart in order to actually be able to accommodate the mic. So this is hopefully a better alternative that works as long as the audio quality is in fact good. So even if it just comes down to somebody who watches the video after the stream chiming in and letting me know, just let me know how the audio sounds to you. I think we'll work from there. And nope, that one's out. Okay. Yeah, game, why are you jumping on me?
Collector limpet expired.
And looks like my collector limpets are starting to time out from the original set.
Collector limpet expired.
Which is good timing because we just exhausted that subsurface deposit, so I'm going back to the laser mining anyway, which is going to automatically just start popping my collectors out again.
Programming limpet drone.
Hi, Benny boy. Yeah, you just came out of the kitty box, didn't you?
Asteroid depleted.
Hi, Benny. No, you don't get any of my orange. However much you may think you want it. Yeah, it's still working on all of the big chunks now. Yeah, I'm losing light pretty damn quick here, aren't I? I think the only thing that's actually lighting me up is my computer screen right at the moment. And in fact, I think I've got my window up here. I could be wrong. Hey, finally caught up. Okay. And of course, while I was sitting there, my joystick decided to lock itself into doing the spin. So, okay, come down here. No, you do not get my speaker cord at all.
Programming linkage drone.
1 and 2 right here.
Programming linkage drone.
Yes, hi, Benny.
Limpet failed.
Love you, little boy.
Prospector limpet engaged.
If you're gonna cause problems, I am gonna be bumping you out of the room, Betty.
Scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
Randomly starting to find some of the rarer elements that I can get from the material gathering on these. Arsenic.
Asteroid depleted.
There we go. Ow! Benny, one more time. You're going out. Got it? Those are off over this way. Yeah,
Programming linkage.
that one.
Prospector
And that one.
linkage drone.
Turn it off in a way so that I don't kill that limpet.
Prospector limpet engaged.
All right.
Asteroid scan complete. Collector limpet is
Sorry, Benny. You're going out.
prospector limpet engaged.
All right, let's get myself some more light here. Turn that one on. And turn on the overhead. There we go. That should be a lot better. Oh yeah, much, much better. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead. Get that off of there. let's start getting these done. Okay, that one's exhausted. And that one's exhausted. This one next. Looks like that one's dead. Okay. Let's go ahead, mine this one out. It's only 8%, but hey, it's still something. Plus, with all of those subsurface deposits, I've basically already gotten a good bit off of it anyway. Okay, that's back the way that I just came from. Yeah, there we go. This is 10, which means the next image is an optional. I'm not going to bother with that one right at the moment. I could do that one because it's got a good number of tritium subsurface deposits, but it's primarily a core rock for low-temp diamonds. And it really just doesn't get me anything that I can really... I mean, it is a good quality tritium, but I literally have to plan a separate run all the way out to it to specifically mine it and then come back to here as my reference point, because which means trying to be careful to not kill the prospector limpet on this rock. And it is like literally at the extreme range of the limpet's operational range going out to it, so definitely not easy to do if you're unwilling. But I've got it saved in there anyway. Why? Just because I can. So 11 is that one right up there, I believe. Second one over. Alrighty. What am I up to so far? 95 tons.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
Come in underneath it just a little bit. That way I can just go straight to the prospect for the next one while limpets collect. think I got the asteroid depleted notification. Yeah, I did. So let's go ahead and drop down. Switch over to prospectors again. And there are my two right there. I'm not even going to bother waiting for the limpets to actually catch up. They will catch me as I move. Someone should have a surface deposit hiding right about there. I will catch it when it comes around. And there we go. Depleted. Just gotta wait for the collectors to catch up on the whole thing now. Let's close the distance just a little bit so they don't have as far to go. Chunks have been picked up. Hack. Yeah, the spawn point on a couple of those chunks was not well timed, was it? This way. Got that one. And that one. Hopefully that one tags. Move. If it doesn't, I've got that one already anyway, and looks like it might actually tag the one in front of it. Well, I don't know. I could be. It's turning fast enough. I might just get lucky. Yes! Ha 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 ha! Damn, I'm good. Okay. Hopefully I can get this one mined out before it becomes a threat to my limpets, because it's one of those that kind of does a two-axis spin. Really messes things up sometimes. Perfect. Now, the one that's going to kill my limpets is this one right up here, because of that subsurface deposit right there. Ack. Wait for that one to come back around. I really hate trying to chase this one. Keep forgetting to properly alternate my missile launchers. And I think, oh, I do have a good. And yep, that's how I lose limpets on this one. Geez, that spot's still active. It seems hit or miss on this one. Sometimes I'll get like 3 hits from it and then it'll go away, or sometimes it'll kill all of my limpets trying to mine the damn thing out. Because it'll just go until the site is actually fully exhausted. Usually I prefer it when it's the one on the side that doesn't move a whole lot, that gets that kind of RNG. But it looks like this is going to be a more persistent instance on this one. And exhausted. Okay. Thankfully I didn't lose many limpets on it this time. Of course, I've also gotten the habit of not using too many limpets to do the collection while I'm mining it out also, because that's the bigger problem. They try to go for the chunks that are coming out of it right away, and that's how they KO themselves. This one, by comparison, is much easier. Only because I don't have to chase it either. This one looks like it's given me a good bit this time too. Not gonna complain. The more lucrative the spot, the shorter the run is gonna be overall. Oh, come on, seriously? Damn it. Okay. Oh, now let's go ahead and just mine off the surface stuff. And then we get to move on. That's it right there. Okay.
Prospect delivery failed.
Why, yes, you are just a little too close, aren't you, Rock? Okay. There we go. Now the fun field tagging begins. Because this set is 6 rocks. Starting down here. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And that is why I have two Prospect Olympic controllers. What's showing up? Is a tritium fragment back there that's... whatever. Okay. Some rocks, it's easy to figure out where I need to be to get the best performance out of them. That one next. Oh, stop going funky, you stupid thing. There are times where I think my joystick is actually trying to die on me. Given that I think it's about 3 years old, and I do use it hard with what with World of Warplanes and Elite Dangerous. I think it's just not... I think it's trying to give up the ghost. just need these things to collect before it actually swings around in the wrong direction. As I've stated once or twice, every now and then I do end up in a situation where I end up wearing an asteroid as a hat, certainly not intentionally. Alright, so where am I next? Ah, yes, these two. Okay.
Prospect Olympic failed. Programming Olympic drone. Prospect Olympic failed. Prospect Olympic engaged.
The one that I'm heading to is
Asteroid scan.
fairly low, or is the next one in line, but the one that I also just marked behind me is actually going to be the next in line from this one. The only reason I don't actually have the other one first is because the other one is behind another asteroid, as I'm sure you noticed, so it's difficult to tag from the previous reference point. So instead what I do is I have it mapped basically as the next point from this rock.
Asteroid depleted.
And it looks like some of my chunks got scattered here, so it's going to take a minute for my limpets to actually do the job here. Where is it? Okay, I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, geez. Wrong rock. Okay. Was close. I do know my timing well enough for that run, for that backup, but I think I ran it just a little bit too long, apparently. Actually, I think it was more the turn that lasted too long than the actual reversing.
Programming Olympic drone. Collector Olympic expired. Programming Olympic drone. Asteroid depleted.
No. My next one, if I remember correctly, is actually over this way. It's that one right there.
Prospect Olympic failed.
Yep. Everybody's all collected. Let's go get it.
Prospector limit engaged.
As long as my positioning is good, I've actually gotten really good at navigating this field.
Scan complete. Asteroid depleted.
Okay. I'm not 100% sure on a lot of my rocks, so I do still try to get into my reference point in most cases. Just to make sure that I am looking at the right rocks. For example, here, I'm in the right place. Yeah, there we go. Okay. See, there are a couple of places that I've actually gone through in the last few days and actually added a couple of rocks to the images as well, because just for grins, because I realized I didn't really do a whole lot of investigative prospecting, if you will. I found some other rocks that were nearby that were actually had some pretty good values, and so I marked them. The first rock that I marked here is actually my reference point, but I've got two others around it that I need to mine out first. And I do believe they are actually closer than the actual reference point rocks, so...
Prospector limit engaged. Prospector limit engaged.
It's not going to be a huge problem. But I mean, I figure I'm here, I may as well mine them out, even if they are somewhat low by some people's standards. I mean, I know some people would rather stick to like 20%, but I mean, I'm happy as long as I'm getting like 18, 19%. Sometimes I'll go as low as 17. If I've got a good rock that has like a high number of subsurface or surface deposits, I mean, that's like gold mine. So I'm not even going to worry if it's like 8% tritium, because I can get more tritium off of it than I probably would from a straight out mining run if it were like a 20 or 30% rock. So, I mean, it's one of those your mileage may vary sort of things, but I do think I make some conscious choices, and not exactly bad ones, in the rocks that I choose. Yeah, I was aiming just a little too high on that spur, wasn't I? Okay, seriously, limpets? I mean, I know I'm going to end up having to dump limpets eventually, so if they kill themselves, it's not exactly a huge loss, but I do like to try and save as many of them as I can, damn it. Okay, did I already do the other? Yes, I did. And that's why I keep some of my reference points tagged, because sometimes I lose track, so I want to make sure that I actually did, in fact, mine them all out. So, okay, there we go. Okay, seriously? stuff we've got over that way. So looking on the other side of the hotspot. Got these two.
Programming linkage drone. Prospect delivered failed. Programming linkage drone.
For the most part, I do try to keep it to where I'm only using the one limpet controller, because then I end up with too many tags on the map. If I don't, I end up with too many tags on the map that actually persist for a good long while, and I just... it annoys me if I have too many... if I have too much going on the map.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limit engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Collector limit expired. Programming linkage drone.
Oh, come on. There we go. No, you're still streaming off of that one far... whatever. Fine.
Asteroid depleted.
Let's get these collected quickly before this rock actually... becomes a problem. And back out.
Asteroid depleted.
Getting a little chilly in here. Going down below the rocks so that I can get my next reference. Right up here, okay.
Prospect delivered failed. Prospect delivered engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Collector limit expired.
And that's mined out, okay.
Programming linkage drone. Programming linkage drone. Asteroid depleted.
Yeah, here we go. This is going to be a good case of one where I added another rock later, because the one in the red circle there is actually a good kilometer or so farther out from the rock that actually is used for the next reference point. So let's position here. I want to make sure I'm actually looking the right way. There we go. Yeah, pretty damn close. So I've got that one.
Prospector limpet failed.
And that one.
Programming limpet drone.
And this is another case where it's important to not have too many limpets out because they will clutter up the they will very definitely clutter up your radar, and in this case it can actually cause you to lose your position very, very quickly.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Asteroid depleted.
And I've already lost my position, haven't I? Okay. There we go. The rock that I tagged should be 20.72. Yep, there we go. As long as I end up in the right position in the end, we're good.
Asteroid depleted.
Okay. Get down where I can see what I'm doing. And that one right there.
Programming limpet drone.
Yep, that's it.
Prospector limpet failed.
Like I said, I've got a number of these ones memorized, but not necessarily all of them, especially not with the, or some of the new
Prospector limpet engaged.
discoveries from the recent mapping trip.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid depleted.
Closer so that these can get collected faster before the rock swings down to really start smacking them. And from here, the next one's actually a pretty easy find anyway. Just have to turn to look in the right direction.
Programming
There we go.
Prospect delivery failed.
Should come up at 18.03%. I really should get that image properly resolved at some point, shouldn't I?
Prospect delivery engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
Why is my computer continuing to glitch out like that? I'll bet you it's because I'm doing the stream and the game at the same time. My computer doesn't like doing too many things at the same time.
Programming limping drone. Programming limping drone. Asteroid depleted.
Just a hunch it's that one right there.
Programming limping drone.
Should be 20.41%.
Prospect delivery failed.
Sometimes I do try to do the map without repositioning too much. Especially since it's my own map, I put it together, so it's not like I have to be anal, especially if I'm doing the stream. The image reference points are primarily more for anybody who's running the maps themselves on their own time.
Asteroid depleted.
And hopefully, I mean, hopefully somebody finds it useful besides me, so we'll certainly find out if I can get it where I'm hoping it can go.
Collector limit expired.
Oh. Damn it, get off of me. Okay. At any rate, that's my next rock. Minus all the annoyance of having to deal with the rock that was trying to turn itself into my hat.
Prospect delivery engaged. Programming limping drone. Asteroid scan complete.
Yeah, I'm definitely turning the long way around here. But I know
Programming limpet drone.
that's just about the only rock that fits the bill,
Prospect limpet failed.
regardless of how much I look. Yep. As long as it comes back at 32.11%, we're good. Yep. Okay.
Asteroid scan complete. Asteroid depleted.
Seriously, jumping again?
Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
Okay, next two are over this way.
Programming
The
limpet
one
drone.
right up front, and the third one back.
Prospect limpet failed. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. Prospector limpet failed.
Another reason you can understand why I only use the 5A Prospector Limpet controller only sparingly is because it does have good range on those limpets. So the limpets tend to persist for a long time, even after I've left them way behind. To the point that I'm actually having a little bit of trouble remembering when I actually used limpet, that limpet controller last. At this point. See, one of the other reasons why I'm doing this on stream and making such a hard push on it, in a manner, is because it's also a way of me kind of getting my time frame right. Because I think my map up to a certain point is about 2 hours, and I actually have it marked at some point in the frame. So I do want to make sure that I'm mostly on point, if only just for the timing, because I know the actual tonnage is going to be off by the time I get there, because I've added a couple of rocks since that image was actually put together. Okay. I'm on the wrong damn rock. Where am I? Yep, I'm on the wrong damn rock. It was just close enough where it looked like... No, whatever. I should have known better. That one's on me. And so much for those limpets.
Asteroid depleted.
Okay. Next. It's going to be off that way. And sure I actually get a good view of it from here. There it is.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
There are times where I wish the collector limpets would last a little bit longer, but in order to do that, that would probably, or in order to get Elite Frontier, the developer, to do anything about that, what they'd probably just end up doing is making a engineering program out of it, which would make it broken as all hell.
Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Okay, just get off the damn rock. Thank you. Okay.
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid depleted.
Okay. Since I'm basically already right under it anyway. And there's next stop right there.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
What am I up to? 316? Not bad.
Collector limpet expired. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid depleted.
Oh yeah, this one's fun to navigate. Alright. Got these rocks over here. I'm not even going to bother repositioning myself too much here.
Programming limpet drone.
That one.
Prospector limpet failed.
The center rock, not the close rock, the center rock,
Programming
and then the far rock.
prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
And we go to this one first.
Asteroid scan complete.
And now we wait for these to come back around so that I can hit them again. This set tends to be very lucrative. I would not be surprised to see a jump of like 30 tons easy in these 3 rocks alone.
Collector limit expired.
Ack. Assuming I don't flub the whole thing.
Collector limit expired.
Here go 3 more collectors. Thought I was far enough out that the collectors would have time, but apparently not. Usually I don't have that much problem with this rock. Oh, forget you, you stupid thing. It's like right on the edge. Apparently that wasn't close enough. Looks like that one's... Yep, that one's used up. But if nothing else, that gives me a couple more shots at this one. Oh, are you kidding me with this? Why is my timing this bad today?
Collector limit expired.
I think I'm gonna have one more good set on this one, assuming it just doesn't time out.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
Now I'm getting it. And it's out. Alright. And this one's done. At least I got all of my sets with that one. That was ridiculous.
Programming limpet drone. Collector limit expired.
And of course I actually failed. I usually don't fail that hard. I think it's just because I'm streaming, go figure. I mean, granted, I've had some pretty spectacular fails, don't get me wrong, but I usually don't fail that hard. Okay. Now I actually want to skip over the middle rock here and and go to the other subsurface deposit rock here. Because the center rock there is my next point of reference. So I want to mine it out last. Let's have a decent bit of range here. Oh, phooey. Back to the displacement mines, damn it. Thank you.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Collector limpet expired.
That one just kind of bounced off the rim. It didn't even go in. And of course that one's not going to do me a damn thing because it's a water... Shit. That one always screws me up. Always. Every single time. I don't need water. Unless I can somehow turn it into tritium, which I highly doubt. And that one's exhausted. So let's go get the one on the other side. Apparently I have a limpet that is enjoying continually playing the noise. Doing good on this one. It also seems like it's going to last a good little bit. This one likes to last a good little while. There we go. And I think that explosion just... I think that actually killed a limpet directly right there. Okay, but... Okay, anyway. So that was that one fully mined out now. Let's go ahead and get the laser, the surface mining done. Because all three of these are relatively high value as well. They're not, I mean, granted they're not the highest, but they're decent. Let's see, I'm up to 360 tons. Now we'll come back to rock number 3 in the center. Okay. There we go. And from there we move on. And jeez, got completely turned around here. I'll be looking way over this way. The next few rocks are right over here. Hate it when it does that. And this is another case where I'm actually going to end up using one of the 5A drones because I want to mark all three of these. Reference point is the one all the way in the back.
Prospector limpet engaged. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Asteroid depleted.
That rock's gonna smack everything, isn't it? Nope. Okay, good. I hate it when that happens.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Ah.
Asteroid depleted.
So all the empty space in my cargo hold has been filled. We're sitting on 374 tons right now. See about getting rid of some of the limpets after this next rock. As I fill up on 18.31%, I got bigger problems. And see, herein lies where some of my choices for rocks actually comes in. Because, I mean, yeah, 18.3 may not seem like much. In fact, I know there are some people who would really prefer to be seeing 20s pretty much constantly. But the thing is, the way I see it, if it's there, why not mine from it? As long as it's of a decent value, of something of a decent value. I mean, yeah, you're not going to see me mining out a 2% tritium rock, but I mean, 18% is still at least respectable. Definitely not worth shaking a stick at. So, I mean, as long as I'm greater than, say, 15%, I have no problem mining a rock out. And next up, looking off over this way. A little bit more over. A little bit more up. Got that one.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospect
And
failed.
that one.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospect limpet failed.
And we'll see where I am once this one is done. And I'll also get my timestamp from OBS.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Asteroid depleted.
That's a little... My positioning isn't bad, but this is getting a little close for comfort. And, yep, okay, just got smacked over the head. And that is why we have shields. Now, I do want to stress this is not the end point. This is what I roughly marked out as being my 2-hour point. However, it does look like my timing was a little bit off.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Programming limpet drone. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet expired. Asteroid depleted. Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Jettison 10 of those for right now.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Just let this one limpet come back. Okay, so right now I have 398 tons of tritium sitting in my hold, which is about where I should be. But I'm also looking at this has only been an hour and 50 minutes in, so I'm about 10 minutes off on my timing, even after adding rocks earlier on in the run. So, definitely not a bad map so far, and maybe just a little bit faster than I thought it was. If only just a little bit. And even then, some of that is probably due to the fact that I've been shortcutting a little bit too. So, that could be a lot of it. And shortcutting primarily comes more with the familiarity that I've had and developed over the development of the map. So there's that to be said as well. Let's at least move up towards the reference point. And at this point, I'm actually going to go ahead and call a quick break on the stream because I kind of need to use the restroom. So I will be right back, and I will, for anybody who has watched the stream after the fact at this point, because you're definitely not watching it actively right now, you'll at least get a quick reprieve before I move on. on that note, I am back to continue rocking and rolling here. So let's go ahead, get my new waypoint. Here, we got 5 in this set. Looks like I'm turning over this way. Yeah, okay. My reference point is way back there. I'm actually going to go ahead and mark that one with the 3A. And the others I'll mark with the 4. That way, if I lose my place, that way I only have to go and disable the 5A limpet controller. I just need to remember which one was the closer. I think it was this one down here that's the closest.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Limpet drone error. Deploy cargo hatch. Limpet drone
Oh yeah.
deploy cargo hatch. Limpet drone error. Deploy
Oh, come
cargo
on.
hatch. Asteroid depleted.
I turned everything off while I was on break. I just do that out of habit more than anything else because it helps make sure that my ship doesn't lose position or anything like that while I'm away, because as you've heard me complain a number of times, my joystick loves to go crazy on me. So I'll shut thrusters down, I'll shut everything off. And that doesn't exactly hurt anything, it's just that my shields are still recharging, but also it kind of closes the cargo hatch and everything else too, so I have to remember to reopen them.
Asteroid
Vanadium? That's a rare one. Now we come over to the other 2 that we marked and work our way down to the reference point. Stabilize, you stupid thing. Last but not least, we get to the reference point rock, and I haven't even lost my position at all. And I may as well go ahead and just do this now. But that is the next rock in line right behind it, so. It also expands my capacity a little bit by using up a limpet instead of destroying one. Or just trashing one.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
I hate it when the rocks have a 2-axis rotation. It makes it basically impossible to get an actual stable mining point where you can comfortably get in close and it won't actually hit you. Oh, crap. No, I do not want to discard all of my limpets, thank you very much. Just want to discard 10. Let's go down so that we make sure our positioning is right for the next rock, at least. This one's pretty much stationary. Which comes to another interesting thing. In some cases, I mean, for example, this rock here. This one would be a perfect rock to have some like subsurface deposits on, or even surface deposits, because it's barely moving at all. That would be like perfect rock to have as mineable. And I've filled up my inventory yet again. As I'm sure you've also figured out at this point, I'm at the point where I'm only going to dump like the refinery's worth in tritium at a run, just because I'm not sure how long some of my limpets are going to last at this point, and I really don't want to discard too many. Okay, so we're looking at that one back there. Okay, so the next one is from underneath, where I should be. I haven't run the extreme edges of this as much as I have the earlier, so I am back to trying to remember my reference points. Looking up, got there and there. Okay.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospector limpet failed. Programming limpet drone. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged. Prospector limpet
Looks like
engaged.
we are good. Just need to make sure that that one is on
Asteroid
18.62. Perfect. This one's on 22.94. I should be able to mine this one out from underneath without having to worry about it smacking me over the head too quickly.
asteroid depleted. Collector limpet expired.
Of course, then I get into that position. On the other hand, I just freed up like 6 tons of cargo space. Not exactly the way it was intended to.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Programming limpet.
That was a little bit more closer to the intended, at least. So, I mean, not going to complain there. At least the ones that Kato'd were close to dying anyway.
Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet expired.
Yeah, if at this point in time, if 1 or 2 limpets kill themselves trying to chase after chunks, I'm not going to complain too much because I am going to need the cargo space. So if I have to use a new limpet or pull out a fresh limpet for something, it doesn't really hurt me all that much.
Collector limpet expired.
Consider this as well. I also started off with like 275 limpets, and I already had to. I've already had to redeploy a few times. I've had to replace limpets that got killed from being smacked into a rock. So, I mean, I've actually. I could probably go with closer to 200 limpets and still be in good shape. Okay, here's a set of 4. This one, we're looking back towards hotspot. Got the 2 high and then the 2 right in the middle there. Okay,
Programming limpet drone.
mark that one.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospector limpet failed.
And that one with the 3A.
Cargo hold at maximum
And I'll mark the other two
programming.
with the 5A.
Prospector limit failed. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged. Prospector limpet failed. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged.
20.96 for the reference. Yep, we're good.
Asteroid scan complete.
19.97.
Limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid depleted.
Completed. How long before my refinery's full again? Oh, not even close.
Hold at maximum capacity.
Let's go get this sucker here.
Asteroid depleted.
Ah, that was a bad shot. Jeez. Some rocks I just don't have good luck with at all. See, this one's also spinning nice and quick too, so I only really get 2 or 3 good subsurface shots at best anyway.
Asteroid depleted.
Jeez, it would be nice if the game would stop twitching on me.
Collector limpet expired. Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Oh, damn you. You'll notice I'm not even bothering to chase this one either, because it's just moving so fast. I'm honestly better just trying to move back and give it enough lead.
Expired.
it's exhausted. Probably wouldn't have been so bad if I'd actually hit it properly. But, oh well. Let's go ahead to this one here. Lucky number 39. And get it mined off. Okay, drop down. Still looking this way. One, two, three. Okay. Go ahead and tag that one with 3A and the other two with the 2A.
Capacity. Prospector limpet failed. Programming limpet drone. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Programming limpet drone. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
35.4. And it was still inbound on that location, apparently. But 35.4 is very respectable. See, a couple of these images were put together from basically just a mass prospecting of the entire field, where all I did was really just mark down the ones that were of decent mineable value. And then once I had the ones marked off in an image, I would then go back and remark them with limpets after killing off the prospectors, so that the only ones marked were in fact the good ones. And apparently that image was taken while the limpet was still on its route, on its way back out to the viable rock. Or the reference rock, I should say.
Asteroid depleted.
Resources unallocated, so that's another 10 limpets.
Prospector limpet expired. Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
So yeah, with some of the rocks that I added on, I definitely think I've reached the point where I've got more than necessary to fill the hold and have the 10 extra in the refinery. But you know what, that's not exactly a bad thing, because sometimes the mining runs can run a little bit light. sometimes they can run a little bit heavy. So if you have an extra rock or two and say you miss something, you're not really missing anything too terribly major in the long haul. Okay, so there's that one done. That went nice and quick. Yeah, and I'm basically just perfect position for the next rock in line.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospector limpet failed.
Okay.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Asteroid depleted.
Alright. So for here, we're looking... First off, we're looking towards the reference hotspot. Once I get under the rock properly. It still clipped me. And... Okay, let go of me. Seriously. Let go of me. Okay. But we're on that rock right there. Damn it.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospector limpet failed.
Should be 19.84.
Prospector
Yep.
limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Asteroid depleted.
Okay. See, in a few cases, however, where, like I was just saying, I did blanket prospecting, where I just kind of checked every rock on a certain screen. In other cases, well, I mean, there were a few cases where I did that as well, but the rocks were too spread out, or the arrangement was just too confusing, where I actually did, in fact, just map the individual rocks. And I think that's actually what is going on in this cluster right here, because I've got a whole bunch of them that are close together, but just because the references were so skewed, I decided to map them separately because just ease of navigation.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospector limpet failed.
Now, yeah, technically I suppose that means I should probably consider going back and doing that for some of the other areas that I've got multiple rocks mapped, but you know what, as long as the pilot is smart and
Prospector limpet
I would hope at least your average Elite Dangerous pilot is a little bit smarter than most.
Asteroid scan complete.
Shouldn't be that difficult a thing to figure out.
Asteroid depleted.
Yeah, I should definitely have just enough to get my cargo hold filled entirely. Over this way. Right. Oh, hello. Hello.
Programming limpet drone. At maximum capacity. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Asteroid depleted. Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone. Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Okay, so where am I going next? Looking way back over this way, apparently. Looks like it's that one right there.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospector limpet failed. Programming limpet drone. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
Refinery is going to fill up from this point pretty damn quick. Yeah.
Asteroid depleted.
I really should consider switching my distributor over to a weapons focused on this sucker. like this next rock is going to be the last one for this trip.
Asteroid scan complete.
Should be 18.95%, so we'll see how
Prospect
much I get off of it. It's definitely been very well prospected.
scan complete. Asteroid depleted.
Okay, depleted. Resources unallocated. And boy. I did have some prospects
Benefit expired. Programming limping drone.
that
Cargo hold at maximum capacity. Programming limping drone.
I'm not
Hold at maximum capacity.
I'm not even going to get to check any of the prospects out because guess what? I just completely filled my hold plus my refinery.
Collector limit expired.
And yeah, didn't even get to consider just mining them without prospects. So yeah, completely reached the limit on my Tritium map. So only 46 mapped out of what I thought was 50. I mean, maybe I'll consider... Well, no, I don't even have the prospectors available, do I? So, don't even have that ability. So, yeah, okay. That is it for this mining trip. It has taken me a whopping 2 hours and 41 minutes overall for the stream. Figure 2.5 hours, considering the 10-minute break I took in there, to do this whole set, which also means that by rough effect, I can actually go offload on my carrier and come right back, and it should be pretty much resetting the entire series. Let's go ahead to the Arizona so we can offload. Now I get to do one of my favorite things warping out of this particular zone. One parked at one of the moons. Which is just kind of
Drive charging.
warp out right over the rings.
Engage.
I don't know where you're coming from, but I sure as hell hope I get to my carrier before you get to me. And of course I completely overshoot. I guess I was more focused on the ship that was buzzing me than... Come on. Ha! Drop in before he catches me. Because now I get to see him drop in and then just kind of bug right on out.
Obey standard flight practices, Kansas carrier, Commander. Access granted. Commander, you are good to approach the landing pad.
You should drop in at some point. Yep, there he is. Right there. And of course it's an anaconda too, jeez. So, definitely glad that I didn't get snagged by him. Let's go ahead and deploy my gear. And ascend to the landing pad.
Frame shift charge detected.
And there we go.
Successful. Command shutdown. How can we help, Commander?
Let's go into the inventory. There we go. Transfer. Transfer all to carrier. Confirm. Let that reload. And transfer all of that to the carrier. And confirm. So that was 522 units of tritium for one run in 2.5 hours. Hoorah! Only, what, 6 more of those to go to fully cap out my carrier's cargo? Not even that. 6 trips. So that's what? At the rate I'm going, about a week's worth of runs, actually. But that's beside the point. But overall, not bad. Not bad at all. Anyway, on that note, I suppose I shall go ahead, let everybody go. I hope you have, well, for those of you who watch after the fact, I hope you've enjoyed the video. And I do hope to catch you all again later. Have a good one, folks, and I wish you all happy hunting.